Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey, sorry, you've
We've
been
been
putting off
this off.
logging for
You know
so
why?
long.
We're looking for a place to live in maybe Austin, Texas.
All deaf people
All
have
of
moved
them.
to Austin, Texas,
I
so
noticed
we got to
everyone's there.
follow suit.
You know what?
Tag
I'm
along.
not like that. I swim against the grain. I'm thinking Minnesota.
Yeah,
Get Longhorns down.
How you guys doing? Hey, you getting ready for the Summer Olympics? Hey, there's a deaf swimmer. You guys gonna support him?
Yeah, support him. You know
What's
what?
up?
That famous swimmer reminds me of famous people. And I grew up in the 80s. There's so many things that happened in the 80s that are deaf
This
related.
vlog is about deaf in the 80s.
You remember that? It was so much fun.
80s, feathered hair, flock of seagulls, skateboarding.
I roller skated like this.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah, it's okay. Hey, do you remember 1980s for deaf people, the TTY got really small.
Got
Remember it was
tiny.
this huge TTY and you had to have the lights on? Now it was small and it was electric and green and it was awesome.
The on was a metal switch. When it rained, the light would flash. Do you know what we did? We were the first to do prank phone calls to deaf people.
Yeah, pranks.
I used that blue TDI directory. I'd flip to the Minnesota section and say, there's the number to call.
All right, let's give a call here. So we called, and I said, hello, go ahead. And the deaf person said, hello, who's this? Go ahead. I said, I can see you.
Go ahead.
What?
What are you doing? Go ahead. I said, I see your underpants. GA2SKSK.
Yeah, we were the first deaf prankers, prank calls.
So sorry, Doug Ball.
Okay. Also, hey, the brand new in the 80s
It
came
wasn't
out.
like this. It was huge.
It was this huge box.
It was
a closed
chaw.
captioning
It was
box.
brown on the bottom with metal on the top, meaning home luxury with
It was
technology.
the best. The red light would come on to let
Two
you know what's on.
dials, UHF, VHF.
Yep, and there was one show with closed captioning. That was Dynasty in the 80s. Do you
remember Dynasty?
Remember our sign was Dynasty.
Yeah,
like
I
this.
remember.
Do you remember that?
You were so in love with that show,
I
Ben.
loved it. I loved it.
A little obsessive.
Every show, when I was little, I knew everything about the show. I know who the Colbys were, and they hated the Carringtons.
The big opposites and enemies.
I know who killed JR. I know it.
Do you remember?
And it's a secret.
Remember when JR was killed, you cried for days.
Yeah, I got really sad.
You cried.
I was really emo about it. I needed help for all the emo problems I had. But anyways.
In the 80s, Harris Communications was founded.
Oh,
Bob Harris.
Harris.
Right now, he's a bearded guy with white beard. Well, in the 80s, it was a black beard. Oh, he's like a pirate.
So he set that up
founded
so
this company.
every deaf home had the ability to have
Flashing
an alert
lights.
system. It was so cool.
At my house, though, when I grew up, there was an old-fashioned, gigantic alert system. My dad didn't like it. So he said, you know what? When the doorbell rings, you answer the door, Andy.
That's right.
But don't use your regular clothes. You got to dress like a butler. You got to wear, a suit coat and a tie.
tuxedo and a towel
with a towel. I mean, hello, welcome to our home. And my dad's friends would come in, and I'd get drinks for him. Here's your beverage.
They were really good.
My dad's like, get to work. It was awful.
In the 80s, too, was the best was the movie stars in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Remember television and movies?
It was so much fun to go to those movies.
Yeah, there was one I was frightened of. It was the Hulk.
Oh, I
the
almost peed
green
my
Hulk.
pants.
The guy who was a white guy, and then he got really mad, and then he became green and huge.
His shirt rip off, his muscles would
Yeah, I
pop
was
out.
afraid. But my mom and dad said it was really cool. He's deaf. It's deaf. He's a deaf.
Don't be afraid of the freak. He's deaf.
He was hard of hearing, but he was included in our club.
We loved him
because he was so cool. Also, remember Sesame Street? We said
Tree.
Yeah, Sesame Street.
Oh, that was our home sign for Sesame Street. Is that funny?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, the
Sesame
peeling the Islandler back a little bit. Oh, I love Linda Bove. Remember her with her perm?
Yeah, she had a big fluffy perm.
It was awesome with the red shirt on. ABC.
Yeah, she wore a turtleneck and a
Hello,
red
children.
shirt.
She taught the kids sign. Remember as a little boy thinking, Mama.
And we got the book, too.
Oh, the
Sesame
ABC
Street
book. Yeah, it was
That
awesome.
the
Thanks,
coolest.
Linda Bove. I love you.
Yes. But the best movie that came out, won awards.
1986.
Children of a Lesser God.
Oh. Boomerang, rang, rang, rang. Do you remember that?
Yes. Now, that movie was rated R, but my mom and dad said, it's okay.
Come on
you
in.
can watch it. You can watch it. There's some sex in the movie, but
What?
there is deaf in it, so you can watch it.
So it's time for the making out scenes. My dad said, close your eyes. And I did this. Oh my goodness. Look what I'm seeing.
So, you know what we saw?
I saw body parts I should never have seen.
And we watched it. Yep. So the 80s music, too, on the radio, for us CODAs. It was really popular. It was
Prince. Yes,
here
from
in
Minnesota.
And he was obviously a CODA because he called his song and album Purple Rain.
Not Grape Rain.
It wasn't Grape Rain.
Purple
It was
Rain.
Purple Rain. So obviously this guy, he's a CODA.